Today, 13 immigration applicants participated in a naturalization ceremony as a pivotal milestone in their citizenship process. Congresswoman Mia was there talking about her own personal story of immigration in her family.
Yeah, Congresswoman Love joins us live in studio. We're so glad to have you. And we got a sense from some of those interactions of how special that ceremony is. But you spoke to those new citizens, and we wanted to show you, we wanted to show our viewers a little bit of what you had to say about your father and what he was trying to do for your family back in the 70s when they immigrated.
He wanted to make sure that his children and his grandchildren would be able to grow up in a country where they were free.
You're one of those children. That means a lot to you, that ceremony.
It certainly did, and as a matter of fact, you know, my parents would tell us about their experiences when they became, when they were naturalized, and I got to experience it firsthand. And when you look at each and every individual, you almost can see a story behind that. And the best thing that I could have done this month was really be part of that experience and tell them about, you know, how wonderful it is to accept the responsibilities and the privileges of becoming a U.S. citizen. I
got a sense from some of the things you were saying. You have some real ideas you want to explore about immigration, and your ideas sounded maybe a little kinder, gentler than some of the talk we're hearing on the presidential campaign trail, where we're hearing about, well, we've just got to get these people out of here. It's you know, there's some tough talk going on. I wonder what your feelings have been watching that, especially from Donald Trump, and Jeb Bush is getting a little tougher now.
Well, again, you know, there is politics and policies and what we're actually made of. Here we are in the United States. We are made of people who come from all walks of life, and to be able to come in and do it the right way, the way these people have been able to do that, to understand and take that oath. I wish every American can actually take that oath. The promises that they make to being that U.S. citizen, it's just incredible. So I think that we need to do everything we can to make sure that Congress is doing their job in creating a uniform rule of naturalization, a way for people to come in the right way and enjoy the blessings that we witnessed today and that my father had.
But if you were, say, alone in a room with Donald Trump and he said, what do you think about how I'm talking about this? What would you say?
Here's what I would say. We are looking for, you know, Donald Trump, he's got his strengths, and everybody's got their strengths and weaknesses. But here's what I would say. What is your positive agenda moving forward? What are you going to do to inspire people? How are you going to close the back door and open up the front door? At some point, every single one of us immigrated, or every single one of our ancestors immigrated to the United States. How do we make sure that that process is a process where people can actually go through, work hard, and be proud of what they've done? Again, this is about making sure that we open up the front door, close the back door, and do everything that we can to make sure that everyone has the ability to experience what we saw today, it was just an inspiring day.
So you can't totally support what Trump is advocating right now, or you say you're kind of leaving the door open if he does come to the table with some concrete solutions? We
need some concrete solutions. There's one thing, you know, there are people that want to be someone, and then there are people that want to do something. And I have no time. I've got children that I'm raising. I want to make sure that my children have every opportunity, and all American children have as many opportunities as possible. The time for being someone is over. We have to find people that are really willing to roll their sleeves up and do something for the betterment of this country. And you know, I'm looking forward to actually rolling up my sleeves and having Congress actually tackle this problem instead of leaving it up to the president to do it. It's our job, as per the Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, to create a uniform rule of naturalization. Congress needs to take this over and do the work that needs to be done there.
All right, and you know, we did want to mention also that you were on Lou Dobbs last week, and you were talking about Planned Parenthood, the controversy surrounding that, surrounding what happens to these unborn children, and here's some of what you had to say during that.
This is who we are as Americans. Our job is to protect human life, and so we've got to stand up and make sure that we're doing just that.
So obviously a very emotional issue for you. It's not the first time we've heard your stance, but what in particular do you find troubling about the recent events of these videos that have surfaced now?
Oh gosh, I hope we have not become desensitized to these types of practices. What really disturbs me is the fact that they are killing these children, harvesting their body parts to sell. The last that they were just talking about that really got to me is the fact that they were harvesting brain tissue on live babies. For a country that values human life the way we do, these practices are absolutely horrific. And as a mother, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that people know this is not a right or left issue. This is right and wrong. And whether we're going to be on the right side of the issue and standing up for those children who cannot stand up for themselves and speaking up for them, or if we're going to stand back and just allow this to happen. Not on my watch.
And on the flip side, women who go to, say, a Planned